Hello and welcome to this video where we explore this Maya temple. We're going to link it with maths today because we need to understand something called the x-axis and the y-axis. So what I've done is I've added a button here as a sprite. The code for that is when the sprite is clicked, that's the button, it takes us to the next backdrop. Now down the bottom right you can see it says backdrops 2. So that means I've added 2 pictures. So when I click on that and then I go up to the top left on these tabs and click on it, you can see I've got 2 backdrops. So when you're learning about axes, you need to know that they go across and up, and in this case we've got 4 sections and it's split into 4. These can sometimes be called quadrants. So what I need to do now is think about how I'm going to program the person. So I've come off the button and I've gone on to the person who's called Avery, and she's got 4 costumes. So there's 2 backdrops and this person's got 4 costumes, so those are different things. So if I look at the code for the person, I can start to do some coding, some programming that's called. So you're creating a program using these coding blocks. So what I want to do is say when the sprite is clicked, so I'm just dragging that across to the right, and I want the character to move to the right. So I go to the top one, motion, and because I'm going across, that's the x-axis. So I can change the x by a certain number. I'm just dragging that across. Now it's 480 units across the screen. So I don't want to use a big number like 480, but I might make it a little bit bigger than 10. And that's called a variable. So I'll just put 30 in. So I'm going to click on her and she should move. Now you notice it didn't look as if she was walking, so that's because I need a looks command. And I want to say next costume. So try and remember how many costumes there were. There were 4. So now when I click on her, she should move. No, she's not moving, so I'm just going to click on the green flag to start the program again and just test it. There we go. Click on her again and she should move. There we go. Now if I click on the big button, just to remind you, the code for the button wasn't next costume, it was next backdrop. So when I click on the button, it takes me to the temple. So I'm just going to stop it. Stop the program, little red button, and I'm just going to drag her back. Now I want her to go up the steps. So I'm just going to separate those. And then if I was going to get her to go vertically up, as if she'd got a backpack on her back, I would scroll down and choose Y by 30. So I'm just going to go to there and drag that across. Now I'm having a little bit of trouble with this interface, so I'm on a tablet at the moment, so I'm just going to turn it round and see if I can access more commands. There we are. So rather than get frustrated, try and think about what you need to do to avoid that frustration, perhaps some different techniques. So in this case it was rotate it. So I'm going to rotate it back so you can see it again. And then first of all, just to prove that that makes her go up, I'm just going to click on her now. and she should go up. I'm just going to confirm, like I did before, is click on the green flag to make sure it's running. Now if it's very slow, it just means that your internet connection's slow. So in this case, I want her to go up by 30. There we go. Can you see? Now if you look at the steps, let me just zoom into the steps. You can see we want to go diagonally. So hopefully you should realise that actually we need to go across and up. So let me try that now. Click on the green flag. Click on Avery. And she should go diagonally. Come on, Avery, go diagonally. There we go. Click on her again. And she should go up again. Now you might find that you want to change that back to 10. Simply because the steps are very small and it doesn't look very realistic. And the last thing I want to do with you is to say, actually, if you want it to be more efficient, you could put a loop in there. So this repeat is a loop, and you'll see how it slots in. That repeat will make her do 10 steps at a time. So it's going to go too far, but I'm predicting it's going to go too far. So let me just test it and then see what happens. And I've just thought of another command that I've got to put in as well, or another instruction, or another coding block. Notice you can use lots of different words. There we go. Can you see it went too far? So to debug it, that means to get rid of any errors, what I need to do is to change that to 10 and that to 10. So I'm going to save this now, and then I'll put it on the Amazing ICT website, and then you can get to it. And then you can show your family, or you can teach other people all about how to do coding that links with maths.